Hey everyone, Optimus Wilbur here, and this video is not suitable for children under the age of 13. This is aimed at young collectors and adult collectors. Let's start the video. Welcome everyone back to another Optimus Wilbur reviews, and if you want to make Baby Grimlock happy, why not hit the subscribe button, like the video, even leave a comment. That helps the video out so much and it helps the channel as well. Very close to 550 guys. Thank you for checking out the short videos over the last couple of weeks. Been busy with college work, but we're back with reviews. And Soundwave cassette player, Netflix Soundwave. Had them in pre-order since November, and he only came last week, so I had to wait a while to get this guy. And I'm not overly fussed with it, and here's the reason why. I kind of gave up on this guy. I gave up waiting for this bot to the point I just end up bought the Siege version of Soundwave, which is basically the exact same mould, taking off the back panels up here, and you can get an upgrade kit which basically converts him into this mould. Everything else you see on this is near enough the exact same as that, except the Siege version, in my opinion, the paint's a lot better, but I'll go over that when it's in robot mode. The cassette mode, basically that is it. There's nothing really else you can say about this. It is very G1, and I think that's the reason why we wanted it. We wanted it to look like this. This is how we grew up with Soundwave. Of course, there's various new iterations of him. Probably the best version being a Predator drone. I think that was probably the best way you can do Soundwave now. Being he's a spy. Basically, that's who Soundwave is. That was it with this toy. There's just nothing really else I could talk about. There's parts wrong with mine. So if we come closer in, the panels here are meant to close down completely. Mines do not like to close down, which is a shame. The other thing I don't like about it, if we put it in a cassette, let's put in Ravage, it can only hold one, which I'm not a big fan of. I'd rather house the two, so then it's like the Generation 1 version where I can put in these two cassettes, put them in, and there, that's it. The good thing is though, the fact that I've got the Siege one, I can put Laser Beak in the other. So Siege Soundwave will be back in a couple of weeks. He's waiting on his Toy Hacks decals to show up, and then he'll be getting his video. Before we get into transformation, this is where you house everything. You put like his blasters here and this other weird blaster, which I'm actually taking off. I'm going to actually give that to Wheeljack, just because I don't have a gun for him. But if I was to take everything off, this is where you see it is just the Siege mould. You're just missing that panels at the back for the transformation, and the way the legs come up. It is such a simple transformation. So to do it, come to the front, lift that up, and what you're doing is just folding them in. Break the legs. Come around here, lift up these panels, expose the feet, flip them out, close. Now you've got that bit done, twist the legs round so they're facing this way. That means you can put this bit down at the back, open up the arms like so there, come at the top, just split apart the arms, and what we'll do is just put them at like an angle so I can twist him round, put them back into position, close that up, come to the hands, and come at the back bit, pull down, release the head. And there you go, there is Netflix Soundwave. This he looks okay in. And when I start putting all the accessories on, this is where you start to notice a few other things that I wish they were kind of better. So, it's most noticeably in his guns and his wrists. Now, if I bring back in the Siege version, and we'll just get him standing just a bit better. The legs are slightly different from each other, and that's okay. That I was expecting when I was originally getting this mould. I do prefer the gold on them compared to the yellow. The parts where I'm kind of wishing they did fix. I'm going to zoom in on it because it's basically here. So, the two guns, this goes for both, because they act kind of like the batteries in the Generation 1 version. They both have red on the Siege one, no red on the Netflix. Put them around the side. Now zoom back a bit. You can see there's a red line going round the wrist here. None on that. Now you can take the wrist off the Siege one and put on a Netflix one. I cannot be bothered. And if I really want to be pernickety, I could actually take the head off as well to make them more Generation 1 accurate. So that being said, let's get the Generation 1 version in. Now we've got Generation 1 Soundwave transform, let's bring them in. And there you go. That gives you the comparison of the look that we're going for. This I'm okay with because it captures Generation 1 look, where Siege was its own thing. It looks like Generation 1 Soundwave in robot mode. Transformation is completely different. This is a gimmick. This is a gimmick bot. What I mean by that is, if you're a collector, I can get why you're getting it. But if you're just buying it for having a transformer, it's a hit and miss, really. Especially if you're brand new to the series. And that's me being honest. It's not to try and put people off it, but if you're looking for something that stands out more, you're looking at Siege, or you're looking at something else from the past with Soundwave. The fact is, though, the 80s fans like me, we've got the one we wanted. Problem is, that's really all it does. And then the other problems come into it. It's the lack of paint. Like I pointed out, the Generation 1 Soundwave matches the Siege one. And that's the thing. Those two match, but this guy doesn't. And that's the sad thing about it. I mean, like I said, I could probably take that head off, put that head on if I've been really pernickety. And I know you can swap the arms round. You're just pushing out the pin and putting it on. This one, it's a lot of hassle to make it look like this guy. And that's the problem I've got. This looks a lot better as him compared to that one. And that doesn't transform into cassette. You can get the upgrade parts, like I said, which can make it into cassette. But after trying to get it for so long and waiting for it, I'm not overly fussed with it. That's the problem. It's a cool bot, but that's just it. If I didn't have the Siege one, I probably would have been more over the moon with this guy. But because I gave up and I did buy the Siege one before it, and then he did show, this guy I prefer. And like I said, he'll be back in a few weeks when his toy hacks show up. But with the bot, the most important thing is we did get the cassettes. The cassettes were a nightmare to try and get in the UK. And that was in the Siege line as a double pack. So one of the main reasons I wanted the Netflix edition of Soundwave, it did come with the cassettes. Now if I move the camera down, focus up, there's the cassettes next to the Generation 1 counterparts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transform them and we'll put them side by side, let you guys look at them, and we'll finish up this video. And here they are. So let's bring in Ravage from Netflix to G1 Ravage, if I can get him to stand, because we all know he is an absolute nightmare. And Laserbeak and Generation 1 Laserbeak. And I think they look cool that's the thing, the cassettes do capture everything from the originals, and I really appreciate that. Another thing I really do like with the cassettes, especially Laserbeak, if I take these guys away, okay, we've always seen Laserbeak perched on Soundwave, so if I can get him just to come over, put out his arm, come at these legs, fold them up, there's a bit you can just pull down and you can have Laserbeak perched on Soundwave. That I do appreciate. If I was going to give one pass, this is it. Okay, this is the major pass. The fact that you can do that when the other one couldn't. So, guys, it's completely up to you. If you missed out on this one, but you've got the Siege, you'd probably be cheaper just getting an upgrade kit. You can get it off eBay, like TF Safari, stuff like that, where you know you can do it yourself. That's one way you can do it. Or you try your best and try and get this one. Either way, it's a tough one to recommend because the Siege is better. The Siege is a better looking bot. It just looks 10 times better, and the colour scheme is so much better. Like, even the paint, that's the point I'm trying to make. Like, the paint is a lot better. This does kind of look cheap, especially around the front, and I don't know if the camera's picking it up well. I mean, this looks a lot more better and tidier compared to that. So it's just little things that can put you off if you're looking at this and you're wanting to weigh up should you get it. So that being said, Transformer fans, there's so much more I've got to go over with the bots that are coming. A lot of Kingdom. Wave 1 of Studio Series 86. We started with Jazz. I had to do College Guys, so I do apologise. There's just so many. Third party as well. A lot of third parties coming for my birthday. And there will be a birthday stream, but it's going to be over on Twitch. If you made it this far, please go down to the link below in the description box. It's Neon Omen 85. I'm going to be putting a separate video on YouTube to discuss it. It's going to be a charity stream, guys, so I really hope you can make it. That being said, guys, thank you, and I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all soon, Transformer fans. Thank you for everyone to tune in today's video. If you want to make Baby Grimlock happy, why not hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. All new videos are always coming right here in Optimus Wilbur Reviews. If you'd like to follow me in any of my social media links, all the descriptions are in the description box below. And of course, as always, I cannot stress this enough, I wish to thank Cybertronic Spree for allowing me to use their song Cybertronic Warrior as the theme of this channel. Guys, this is an incredible band that does incredible covers, and recently just done an amazing album of the Transformers 1986 movie soundtrack. Please follow them and all their social media links. I have every description in the description box below. Please check them out, and as always, Transformer fans, till all are one.